All right, good evening. Once again, ladies and gents, how's everybody feeling tonight? Yes. We are super excited to be here and celebrate our favorite people. Ladies and gents, I'd like to see you get as loud as possible as we bring these people in. These people really deserve it. So why don't you put your hands together as I welcome the parents of the bride, Paul and Christy Kassab.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, now put your hands together for our mother of the groom, Marta Patino, escorted by Brandon Humbertson.
Moving at the speed of light into eternity. Tonight is the night.
Next up, please help me welcome Allie Raman Britton Muir, escorted by Paul Moreno. Let's hear it for Jenny Kassab, escorted by Jared Miller. Now please give it up for Laura Blackwell, escorted by Andrew Krause. Now how about a little bit of love for Carson Muir, escorted by Josh Jacobson. All right, folks. Now for some of the VIPs, let's give it up for the maid of honor, Haley Ford, escorted by Billy Pechnick. Let's put our hands together for the lovely matron of honor, Sarah Pearl, escorted by the very dapper best man, Ryan Kassab. All right, ladies and gents, this time I'd like to ask everyone to please rise up out of their seats. And let's blow the roof off this barn. Help me welcome the reason why we're all here tonight, Mr. and Mrs. Patino! One more time, let's show them some love.
You are the one, girl, and you know that it's true. I'm feeling younger every time that I'm alone with you. We were sitting in a park car, stealing kisses in the front yard. We got questions we should not ask, but how would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. I'll be taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. So tell me that you love me too. In the summer, as the lilacs bloom, love flows deeper than a river. every moment that I spend with you. We were sat upon our best friend's roof. I had both of my arms round you, watching the sunrise replace the moon. How would you feel if I told you I love you? It's just something that I want to do. Taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. Tell me that you love me too. Tell me that you love me too. Tell me that you love me too.
Let's hear it for Mr. and Mrs. Patino.
So, wow. Hi, everyone. I'm sure most of you know me, or at least know who I am, but in case you need a reminder, my name is Ashley Patino. And before we get things started, John has a few things he'd like to say. Yeah. I'm just kidding. He doesn't want to talk. Okay, but we just want to take a moment before we start everything to thank you guys so much for being here tonight. This means the world to us. Looking around and having this room filled with all of you guys is such a blessing to us, and we feel so loved, and we're just so happy. This is our dream day, and it turned out amazing, and we just wanted to take a time to acknowledge the effort you guys put in, whether you traveled a few minutes, hundreds of miles, flew from a different state or a different country. We appreciate you guys, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I do have to real quick thank to acknowledge the time, effort, and patience my parents had during this process. We did it, Mom. No, seriously, I got to plan my wedding with my best friend, and this is amazing. So I really thank you so much. And Dad, you were a trooper. He helped me pick the dress. He never said no to any dance lessons, and he rarely ever said no to any of my ideas, although I was a little disappointed fireworks didn't go off when we kissed, but whatever. We'll talk about it later. And one more thank you I have to give is Ryan, my big brother. From the moment I was engaged, he always knew I said I'd like my dad to walk me down the aisle, and I thought it'd be a cool idea for my brother to marry me. And we were engaged, and moments later I got a hug from Ryan. He said, guess what? I'm ordained. So we were doing it, and we asked a lot of him because he's also the best man tonight. So Ryan, you did incredible. You said it was your last, but you might have like a side hustle going, so. But seriously, thank you so much. I'm gonna wrap it up here, so everyone please enjoy dinner, hit up the bar, and we tried to say as many hellos and welcomes as we could at cocktail hour, but we missed you. We'll still try to make our rounds, but if not, it's your job to find us on the dance floor, so. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'd just like to echo Ashley's sentiments and thank everybody for being here tonight to help celebrate their marriage. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, there's no way that I can condense a lifetime of memories into just a few minutes, so I'm going to do my best to be brief. Starting with Ashley. Ashley was fearless growing up. Telling her no meant challenge accepted. She once disappeared on us at Ski Liberty. You see, she was adamant about riding the chairlift by herself, so we caved in and we let her go up the chairlift in front of us on the condition that she wait at the top until we got there. When we got there, she was gone. We scoured the mountain for her. We were just about to call the ski patrol when we saw a pink headband with pigtails flying in the wind as she came down the mountain towards us. What a relief to know that she was okay. I could have throttled her. I'm really not sure if she ever figured out why we were so upset with her. As a toddler, she'd throw a temper tantrum if we even thought of removing her from dancing in front of the jukebox at Cactus Flats. Other things that you may not know about Ashley, my turbocharged overachiever. As a young girl, she participated in just about every activity under the sun. Dance, softball, competition cheerleading, basketball, to name a few. As a high school athlete, she excelled at field hockey and lacrosse. As a collegiate athlete, she played lacrosse at High Point and Pfeiffer. Shout out to the Pfeiffer girls over there. But Ashley was far more than someone who played sports and kept an active lifestyle. She was also an excellent student. On top of all of her activities, she perpetually got straight A's. You see, in Ashley's world, if you didn't get an A, you might as well have failed. Even a low A was something to be sneered at. I remember coming home from work one afternoon, and I found Ashley in the office, the overachiever that she is, crying at the computer. When I asked her what was wrong, she told me, "I have to get this assignment done." When I asked her when it was due, she said, "Not for 2 weeks." I just shook my head and walked away. We used to joke that Ashley was so driven that someday she'd be the first woman president. And while we haven't had a woman president yet, and politics doesn't seem to be her passion, I'm still not betting against her. Ashley's so detailed, so organized, and so good at time management that this very wedding, the one that you are attending today, could have been held in May of 2018, 1 year ago. She's had it planned that far in advance. When Ashley graduated from Pfeiffer University and boomeranged home to figure out the next steps in her life, she kicked the tires on a few options before deciding to pursue another bachelor's degree, this time in computer science. As fate would have it, while she was working on her computer science degree, there was an opening at my company for a software tester. Pardon me while I turn the page. Ashley interviews, lands the job, and becomes my coworker, my carpool buddy, and my driving critic. And I had the pleasure of working with Ashley for 19 months, and I mean it in all sincerity when I say it was a blast to be her coworker and to mentor her through the first IT job of her career. I can't speak for her, but for me it was a really cool experience. You see, as parents, we usually see our children through high school, sometimes college, and then depending on their chosen profession, we may not have much of a role in getting them started in their career. I truly considered those 19 months bonus time, extra time on the parental game clock to help prepare her for her future. Now, when she wasn't complaining about my driving, the driving of other drivers on their commute, or sleeping, texting, or taking selfies, we spent lots of time talking about darn near anything and everything, often just sharing thoughts about life. It was a special time for me, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Ashley's truly one of my favorite people, not because she's my daughter, but because of the person she is. She's kind, loving, and caring. She's funny and has a great sense of humor. Those of you who've known her for any length of time know the quirky sense of humor I'm talking about. But she doesn't suffer fools, so don't BS her. She's a shining light just the way she is, but when things are out of balance in her world, she's like a bear with a sore backside. You come by it honestly, dear. However, one of the things that makes her shine and gives her balance is the man sitting right next to her, her husband, John. Now, John is not just somebody I've known for the period of his and Ashley's courtship. I've had the pleasure of knowing John almost from the time that he and his family moved into our neighborhood. John and Ryan became friends, and John spent many hours at our house. As most of you know, I coached baseball for many years. John was a member of many of the teams that I coached. During those years when the boys were playing high school and summer baseball, many of the coaches I knew began to refer to John as my second son. I found that kind of special. It even got to the point where we're playing golf one day, and as we're loading the bags into the cart, Ryan tells me that he's going to ride the front nine with me, and at the turn, he and John are going to switch carts. That way, Ryan says, you can ride the front 9 with your first son and the back 9 with your second son. And I'm sharing this with you to illustrate that John's been part of our family for more than just a minute or two. So it's easy to see that there were no reservations when I walked Ashley down the aisle and placed her hand in John's. John, it's a pleasure to officially have you as part of our family, and it's a privilege to now be part of yours. So having said a little bit about Ash and John, here's how it all started. Pardon me. There we go. It's the summer of 2014, and we go on a family vacation to the Outer Banks. And John, being family, naturally joins us. Well, for the 11 years prior to that summer, I'm not sure that either Ashley or John gave the other one a second thought outside of, that's just my brother's stupid friend, or that's just Ryan's annoying little sister. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. But something changed that summer. During that vacation, John asked Christy if it would be okay to ask Ashley out on a date when we got home from vacation. I believe he said something to Christy like, and I'm quoting, "I've known her for 11 years, but I really don't know her." Well, as they say, the rest is history, which brings us to this day, your wedding day. I love you both very much, as we all do, which is why we're here. As a couple, you two just seem to fit. I wish you a lifetime of love and happiness together, and never forget why you fell in love in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glass and join me in a toast to the bride and groom, Ashley and Jonathan Patino. Love you, sweetheart.
Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, first off, how dare you? My name is Sarah. I'm Ashley's matron of honor and best friend and teammate from college. For those of you who do know me, don't worry, we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna keep it PG. Ashley gave me an amazing maid of honor speech at my wedding, and I'm going to do the same for her and John today. So before we begin, I would like to ask all of you to join me in thanking the Kasabs, the Patinos, the vendors, and everyone who helped make today such a beautiful celebration. Yes. My gosh, I'm shaking. All right. I would also like to toast a couple very important people who made the success of today possible. The bartenders. Thank you guys for all that you do. I'll be seeing you later. So Ashley and I first met in middle school for travel lacrosse. Our friendship made no sense on paper, and we're still opposite in a lot of ways. As she will tell you, I was the bumbling, disheveled, hot mess running up late to practice. And to her surprise, we hit it off and became the best of friends. Our friendship continued through high school, and Ashley and I both eventually found ourselves at Pfeiffer University. Shout out to PWL, hey! Once she arrived at Pfeiffer, we picked up right where we left off. Me, still a slightly bumbling mess, and Ashley, still the straight-A student and celebrated star athlete, to no one's surprise. Despite our geographically challenged and small campus, we had a ton of fun in college. The year we spent living together in an apartment is what solidified our friendship forever. Despite my cleanliness shortcomings, John earlier mentioned, the trash and the dishes. Same, except I didn't do them. We remained the closest of friends after graduation, trying to navigate the reality of adulting together. Although I think Ashley was happy to no longer be picking up after me. After college graduation, fast forward a few months to the annual Kasab Outer Banks trip, I distinctly remember Ashley first telling me about these new feelings for Ryan's best friend and the unexpected romance that sparked at the beach. I have to admit, while I was optimistic, I was also a little skeptical at first. I mean, Ryan's best friend? Oh, come on, guys. You guys see my hesitation? No? Okay. Although it initially sounded like it might be too good to be true, I wanted the best for Ashley and was certainly willing to give John a chance to prove my hesitation wrong. Now, up to this point, I had never met John and I didn't really know much about him. So, like a good friend, I immediately jumped on the internet to do an FBI level investigation. I hopped on Facebook, and I'm sure many of you can relate, but I took one look at John's profile picture and I was like, hope he has a good personality. I know looks aren't everything, but God. Just kidding. All jokes aside, yes, John is a stereotypically tall, dark, and handsome man. But more importantly, John quickly proved my early hesitation wrong. Here we are 5 years later, and I have come to know John as a truly kind and thoughtful person with a tremendous giving heart. It's all flimsy and sweaty, sorry, hold on. People often describe good men as the type that would give you the shirt off their back. And I know that quality to be true of John. His pleasant demeanor, caring nature, and kind spirit had proven to be just what Ashley needed. It is often tradition for the matron of honor to impart wedding advice to the bride and groom. I found myself wondering what marriage advice I was qualified to give. I'm still pretty new at it. But I think the best message I could offer today is one of teamwork. It's support, encouragement, the combined commitment to overcome obstacles together in stride. But this theme of teamwork is not something that just begins today for the two of you. Over the years, all of us here today have watched you navigate life's highs and lows, the ups and downs, all of it, with stellar grace, impressive patience, and good faith. Simply put, keep doing what you guys are doing because you're one solid team. Thank you. Ashley, I don't tell you enough, but I look up to you in so many ways. I value your conviction, your unwavering hard work, and your ability to achieve whatever you set your mind to. You have helped shape me into a slightly less disheveled and overall better version of myself. You are remarkably intelligent, fearless, and stronger than you know. John, myself and others can speak here today from experience and say that you are incredibly lucky to have the best teammate as your MVP for life. Oh, Paul and Christy, I would like to recognize the two of you today as well. For being such sound role models for not only Ashley and Ryan, but for all of us who have been fortunate enough to be an extension of your family over the years. Your support has been instrumental in so many of our lives, and I mean that. Marta, although I never had the opportunity to meet your husband, I know the same is true of the two of you as well. Ashley and John are the exemplification of the best qualities of all of you, and I know that you could not be prouder today. Ashley and John, looking around this room right now, I'm in awe of the outpouring of love and support for the two of you today. I surely speak for everyone here when I say it is an honor to be part of your journey, your village, and to bear witness to the love and commitment you share. Even though our friendship is categorized as long distance, the distance is hardly apparent. Though miles apart, I know that I can count on both Ashley and John always. Ashley, you will always be the Anne to my Leslie, you beautiful, talented, brilliant, powerful musk ox. It has been an absolute joy to watch you achieve your dreams and to stand by your side today as you married the true love of your life. Looking to your future, I could not be more excited for what is to come for the two of you. You are my family, and I love you both very much. So everyone, please join me. Raise your glasses. I don't have one, but raise them high And join me in celebrating the new Mr. and Mrs. Patino and their lifetime of happiness and success. Woo!
Hey guys, I'm super nervous, so bear with me, please. But first, I just really want to thank everyone here, everyone who couldn't make it today, and everyone watching over us for making John and Ashley's day so special. I also want to give a big thank you to the Casabs and the Patinos for bringing these two into the world and raising them into such great people that we know and just absolutely love. I have to thank Ashley 1,000 times over again for choosing me to be her maid of honor. Truly, this has been such an honor for me, and I will cherish these memories for the rest of my life. Some people say that if you have a few good friends in life, consider yourself lucky. If you have just one good friend, know that you're more than lucky. Since we were 12 years old, Ashley has been that friend to me. I met Ashley at the 6th grade dance when she was dancing alone in a puddle of soda. I was like, oh, hey, sweet dance moves, and continued to dance to Yeah by Usher in this puddle with her. We've been best friends ever since. Ashley's been there for me since the manhunt days with braces and double popped collars, from piercing our own ears to first kisses, breaking her collarbone because I couldn't drive a four-wheeler, to learning how to drive a car, matching tattoos at 18, to seeing each other just once a year on birthdays in college. She's been there for me through graduate school, heartbreak, tragic loss, and any and everything that life has thrown my way. I know that I am so much more than lucky to have this rare type of friendship with Ashley that continues to grow through life's stages. Ashley, you are my truest friend. You being a constant in my life has sometimes been the only thing that I could count on. You are so smart, so funny, so beautiful, and kind, and you deserve so much love, happiness, and everything that this world has to offer. And that's where John comes in. You know, John was there for all of these awkward stages too, except he was a little older and way cooler. But I knew Ashley always had a spot in her heart for Jonathan Patino. But seriously, I know that John is Ryan's best friend and Ashley is mine, but when I look at you two, I see two best friends in love. John and Ashley, you guys have something that many other couples will never be able to experience: a complete and total understanding of each other's personal growth and development. You know not only who each other are, but why, and you witnessed it firsthand. I love your story and how growing up together as the boy and girl next door led to looking at each other in a different light on a summer vacation, and then very quickly falling for one another. Your story always reminds me, even on the days that I'm most bitter about relationships, to believe in soulmates and true love. I know, John, that you will be her best friend first and take care of her and love her indefinitely. I know, Ashley, that you will love John wholeheartedly and choose him every day. I wish you nothing but happiness and bliss for all of the years ahead, but for any challenge that may come your way, remember the friendship that built you and that your love will always overcome. Congratulations, I love you both so much. Cheers to the new Mr. and Miss Patino. I love you, I love you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what I refer to as Ashley Land, where the next few hours of your lives have been planned out down to the minute by our wonderful bride. For myself and the wedding party, this has been the story of our lives for the past few days. But one of us said I do today and bought himself a one-way ticket to Ashley Land. It's pretty funny to me, I think my dad alluded to it earlier, that Ashley had this wedding planned out about 12 months ago. Standing next to John right now, I'm not convinced he knows the color of our suit. What is it?
Slate blue.
See how I make him look good like that? Yeah. Anyway, my name's Ryan, Ashley's big brother, John's best friend. It's a pretty emotional day for me. I was honored when John asked me to be his best man, and again when Ashley asked me to perform the ceremony, followed by some minor fear and anxiety. But we got through it. At the end of the day, you guys are legally married. Filled out the paperwork a couple minutes ago. Ashley and Jonathan Kasab sounds wonderful. Never did I think that I would be giving a toast at John and Ashley's combined wedding. Then about 5 years ago on our family vacation, I had to politely ask John to stop staring at my sister a few times. And here we are today. The journey to this day has been really cool to watch. I got to see both of them, stop looking at me. I got to see both of them grow and change over the course of many years as they both became people who wanted to share their lives together. We all know the old cliche of marrying your best friend. And John and Ashley are full-on best friends. If you watch them together, it's obvious. Neither has to accommodate for the other. It's purely natural. It reminds me a lot of how John and I used to be before he started staring at her. Ashley will be the first to tell you that she grew up being referred to as Ryan's little sister, and that she had busted her butt trying to keep up with me. What she can't tell you is that I busted my butt just trying to stay ahead of her. My little sister has indeed surpassed me in many things in life, which is completely okay as I'm so proud of her, and I keep reminding myself that I'm mom and dad's favorite. I've looked up to my sister for a long time now, and I truly believe that without Ashley being the sister she is, I wouldn't be a fraction of the brother I am. Ashley, I could not be more proud of you and who you've become. You're a stunning bride, and this is the happiest I've ever seen you. You're so accomplished with more to come. You put your entire heart into everything you do, and you've worked harder than anyone to be the woman you are today. Because of all that, I would be forever grateful to be referred to as Ashley's big brother. I love you. Johnny boy. Today you married Ashley. We did it. Best friends together forever. I use the term best friend, but over the course of these past 15 years, I really have gained more of a brother than a best friend. John and Ashley getting married is a pretty sweet deal for me. At family functions, I always get to have my best friend present. My kids will get to grow up with an aunt and uncle duo that will show them all the right ways to do things and probably a few of the wrong. And when they're arguing about who gets to hang out with John on a random Friday night, I can always say, I saw him first. John and I met freshman year of high school when Billy invited the new kid to play basketball with us. And since then, we've gone to the same colleges, hit back-to-back home runs, pitched in the same games, worked at the same places, and vacationed together. So because of all that and more, it was extremely difficult to fit in what I wanted to say to John. As a friend, I want to say, at any time I ever need anything, you were there. You are by far the least judgmental friend I have in this world, and I can come to you with anything. There have been long periods of time in which John and I have been apart. And of course, we kept in touch as much as any two guys will do. But whenever we were back in the same place together, not a damn thing had changed. And we clicked back into our old routine like we hung out the day before. John, this friendship is something I value more than you know. And I couldn't be happier that it's you that I'm calling my brother-in-law. As a big brother, I want to say, threaten you, just kidding, no. That I've seen you make Ashley happy. You've shown me that you put her first in your life. And you brought out the best version of my sister just by loving her. I thank you for that. My family and I are blessed to have someone in our lives who cares for, loves, and protects my little sister with everything he has. I can actually speak for my dad and myself as two of the most important men in her life when I tell you that she's your problem now, homie. As a veteran married man of 6.5 long, beautiful months, I love you, baby. Let me offer some advice. Oh, man. Please always remember why and how you guys fell in love. Never underestimate the power of I'm sorry. And in tough times, Jenny and I will always keep a couch open for John. Please raise your glasses to John and Ashley's happily ever after. I love you guys.
May you always have plenty, your glass never empty, and know in your belly you're never alone. May your tears come from laughing, you find friends worth having. With every year passing, they mean more than gold. May you win but stay humble, smile more than grumble, and know when you stumble, you're never alone. Never alone, never alone. I'll be in every beat of your heart when you face the unknown. Wherever you fly, this isn't goodbye. My love will follow you, stay with you, baby, you're never alone.
All right, let's give him a nice round of applause.
Chances are when said and done, who'll be the lucky ones who make it all the way? Though you say I could be your answer, nothing lasts forever, no matter how it feels today. Chances are we'll find a new equation. Chances roll away from me. Chances are they hope to be. Don't get me wrong, I never say never, 'cause though love can change the weather, no act of God could pull me away from you. I'm just a realistic man, a bottle filled with shells and sand, afraid to love beyond what I can lose when it comes to you. And though I see us through, yeah, chances are we'll find two destinations. Chances roll away from me. Still chances are more than expectations, the possibilities.
Everybody, yeah. Rock your body, yeah. Everybody, yeah. Rock your body right. Back streets back, alright.
Oh my God, we're back again. Brothers, sisters, everybody sing. Gonna bring the flame, I'll show you how. Got a question for you, better answer now. Yeah.
Am I original? Am I the only one? Am I sexual? Am I everything you need? You better rock your body now. Everybody, rock your body now. Everybody, rock your body right. Backstreet's back.
All right, let's make some noise. Hey, everybody, come on now. The dance floor is now open. Everybody, the dance floor is now open. Let's party. Come on.
Now throw your hands up in the air.
Come on, get out there. Let's party. Let's turn it up.
I just knew that it was my chance. eres el imán y yo soy el metal. Me voy acercando y voy armando el plan. Solo con pensarlo se acelera el pulso. Oh yeah, ya me está gustando más de lo normal. Todo mi sentido va pidiendo más. Estoy que tomarlo sin ningún apuro. Quiero despegar tu pelo, quiero ser tu ritmo. Que le enseñes a mi boca tus lugares favoritos. Déjame sobrepasar tus olas de peligro. Hasta provocar tus gritos. Que olvides tu apellido. Si te pido un beso, vendámelo. No sé qué estás pensando. Llevo un tiempo intentándolo. Mami, te están mirándolo. Sabe que tu corazón conmigo es que se va. No sabes ni sabes, va a estar buscando en el bamba. Me pruebas de mi boca para ver cómo te sabe. Quiero que no quiero encontrar tu amor a ti te cabe. Yo no tengo prisa, yo me quiero dar el viaje. Empezamos lento, después salvaje. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Cuando tú me besas con esa destreza, yo quiero malicia con delicadeza. Pasito a pasito, suave, suavecito. Nos vamos pegando poquito a poquito. Y es que esa belleza es un rompecabezas, pero para montarlo aquí tengo la pieza. Oye, despacito, quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído, para que te acuerdes si no estás conmigo. Despacito, quiero desnudarte a besos despacito. Firma las paredes de tu laberinto. Hacer en tu cuerpo todo un manuscrito.
Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home.
As hard as I can, eating halal, driving the land. Call that bitch, I'm sorry though. Got my coins like Mario. Yeah, they call me Cardi B. I run this shit like cardio. I'm a district, get the change. Certified, you know I'm gang. Judge the top and blow the brain. Oh, he's so handsome, what's his name? I need the dollars to just beat it up like a knife.
Chambean pero no jalan. Tú compras todas las Lambo, a mí me las regalan. I spend in the club, what you have in the bank. This is the new Norwegian bank, el Latino gang. Yeah, está todo cerqueta, pero es que en el closet tengo mucha grasa. La muda la Gucci pa' dentro de casa. Yeah, aquí no te conocemos activos, perico pim pim. Billetes de 100 en el maletín. Que retumbe el bajo y Valentín. Yeah. Aquí prohibido mal, dile charitín. Que per pico le tengo claritín. Yo llego a la disco y se forma el motín.
No salgo de tu mente, donde quiera que viajes, escuchado a mi gente. Ya no soy hype, soy como el testarosa. Soy el que se la vive y también el que la goza. Cosa es la cosa, mami es la cosa. El que mira sufre y el que toca
going down. I'm yelling timber.